The road to the Rock has passed mile marker 1, and now the highway is a little less congested than it was when we first started the football playoffs. Hi, and welcome to Prep Rally, and as we recap last week's first round playoff action. We'll start in Class 7A, where we had 6 teams from Northwest Arkansas that earned playoff berths, and after 1 week, only 3 remain, as Springdale High, Rogers High, and Springdale Harbor all went down Friday night in the first round of the playoffs. Over at Harbor, Fort Smith Northside, they held the Wildcats in check all night long and earned a 21-9 win that really wasn't that close. Northside dominated the second half of play and held Harbor to just 68 total offensive yards over the final 2 quarters. The Grizzlies, now they were 3-7 coming into this game, but they got a big performance from their quarterback, junior quarterback Derek Wise. He passed for a couple of touchdowns in the win and led the Grizzlies to that win. Here are some highlights from that game.
You know, they did a nice job getting the run game stopped. I thought they plugged the holes well when we had the momentum going, and they rose to the occasion. They got key plays when they need to. I thought Northside played a really good game. Our guys competed hard. We just come up on the short end of the stick tonight.
Defensively. It feels great coming out here proving everybody wrong and just coming out executing like we should have been in other games, and it showed tonight.
So if you remember a few weeks ago, it looked like Fayetteville was in trouble. They had lost 4 straight games. Some of us, might have written the Bulldogs off at that point, but maybe time to walk that back now. The Bulldogs, they now have suddenly caught fire, and they won their 6th straight game on Friday. They defeated Fort Smith Southside in the first round of the playoffs. They absolutely rolled in this one, 64-34. Quarterback Darius Bowers, he led the Bulldogs to that big win. Just a huge game for Fayetteville, and now they have a chance this week to make some serious noise in the playoffs as they go to Bryant for a chance to knock off Bryant. Bryant is the number 2 seed out of the 7A Central, so an opportunity for Fayetteville to really make a big statement this week. Scotty Borderland, he covered Fayetteville's big win over Southside Friday night.
Oh, that didn't shock me. Every time I looked up, we were getting some yardage, chunk yardage. And, it started off, they did a really nice job of taking away Cody and Chris, and so we could run the ball a little bit. And then they had a guy to the box, and we kept running it. So our O-line did a really nice job. I was really proud of them, and I thought our backs blocked well for each other as well.
Yeah, Nate Nolan, he had a great game. But it's all thanks to the offensive line. They blocked well, probably the best they have all season. And he made a couple of good cuts, and he had a really good game.
Last season in the 4A1 conference, 3 teams from the conference made it to the semifinals, and Pea Ridge advanced to the state championship game. Well, that will not be the case this year, as 3 of the 5 teams from the 4A1 conference went down on Friday night. Shiloh Christian, Gravette, and Gentry all failed in the first round, leaving only Pea Ridge and Prairie Grove as the last 2 teams from the 4A1 conference still standing. Now, Gravette, they lost to Heber Springs 49-46. This was a wild game. Gravette running back Austin O'Brien had over 300 yards rushing in that loss, and that put him over the 2,000-yard mark for the season. In Class 3A, Elkins was at home on Friday night. They knocked off Fordyce 44-30. And in Class 2A, in what was probably maybe the craziest game in the playoffs in the first round, Mountainburg and England combined for 1,000 yards of total offense between the two. Mountainburg finally won that game. It was a crazy, wild game, but Mountainburg won it 55-52 to advance in the second round of the playoffs. So round 2 of the playoffs will begin this week. Now, there will be a game on Thursday as Bentonville West. Remember, West and Bentonville share the same stadium. They're both home this week, but West will play on Thursday, and they'll be hosting Conway. Conway is the team that knocked out Rogers High 41-14 last week. So West, of course, had a bye. So this will be West's first playoff game, and it will be on Thursday over at Tiger Stadium. That's it for today's show. Be sure and check out the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette later this week for more on the state playoffs as we preview all the big games coming around in round 2. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Prep Rally.